got guilty pleasures. Mine just tend to catch me cases. Handcuffs, police inspections, lawyers, judges, allegations. Turn on your favorite station. You hear the same.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Stafford's Lions going up against Lunt's Colts. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call on this Week 3 matchup.
And we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium, which opened back in 2008 here in the Circle City of Indianapolis, Indiana. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Indianapolis Colts. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. This is Derrick Henry, and he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they ask their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
They'll run it again with Henry. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. And now a look at the defense for the Colts.
Trey Waynes is a very aggressive cover corner player, learning how to add off coverage to his game.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. On the sneak, it's Stafford. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. So the offense has it 1st and 10. After the run, now Stafford going to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target.
Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Detroit. Derrick Henry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
They'll come out in the pistol. And on the ground they go with a running back. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And a lot of now whistles come in. We're going to get a time. Out here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. Here's Luck now on second down. He sets to fire deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. And the starting crew defensively for Detroit.
As Darius Slay continues to improve at the quarterback position, he may live up to his own nickname as the Slaymaker.
So the offense dealing with a 3rd and 6. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And he's got Moncrief. A gain of 11 and a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. To throw on 2nd down is Luck. Completes it to Moncrief left side. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
It's a gain of 17 that time. And the Colts are going to have a first.
You don't have to be a finished product to show some pretty good glimpses of what could be in this league, and we just saw an example of it on that nice run there. When I looked at him coming out of college, I saw a guy with raw, terrific ability. I couldn't wait to see how it was going to be harnessed and polished up in the NFL. In fact, some people thought he could play a little slot receiver as well as run the football. This guy has the ability to be a big-time player with more seasoning. That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll try the air now with Luck. That's complete right around the 8. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
and they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Jerry Atauchu brings him down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On second down, here's Henry. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Stafford throwing middle, and it's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On second down, here's Stafford. He dumps it off for Henry. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
To throw on second down is Stafford. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. This will be caught at the 2. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Time to step aside. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. Second down, the ball on the 2 here, 2nd and goal. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? On 3rd and short, the fullback Burton. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Catanzero's kick is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they get the field goal, but part of that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't. But really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
That's caught inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 51 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air. After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Now Luck on 3rd and goal. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Chris Conley as the first half is winding down. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing left side, it's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The final shot before the break. Stanford looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Completes it to Moncrief, left side. The 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Dante Moncrief, 76 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get the top speed and complete that play.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Again, it's Henry. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. And now they're in the hurry-up. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Stafford. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain at 21 yards. And quickly they get to the line. From the 50, Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Stafford looks to throw again. Goes underneath for Henry. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Henry, the lone man in the backfield. Now Stafford, and he's got his man on the out route. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to...
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Their big tight end, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Here's Luck now on second down. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now third down, less than a yard. Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. A bullet throw, but incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. And now it's 4th down. Here's Garrett Swanson now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken at the 15. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
We just saw an example of what we talk about all the time when we meet with coaches. They want that hidden yardage to come to the front when they throw the football. Throw it, catch it, and then pick up more yardage after the catch.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Derrick Henry. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Clayton Gathers makes the stop.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Stafford now to throw. He dumps it off for Henry. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
First and goal here from the 2. They'll try and run it in with Burton. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Mike Burton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And the Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Here's Luck. And that is incomplete.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time for Luck on 4th down. Dorsett's got it. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a first down throw. Luck. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the sauce.
Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
To throw on 2nd down is Luck. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man that's caught inside the 10. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. And now a first down following that long gain. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Luck on the sneak. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Now Luck on 3rd and goal. Flush to his right, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense, but when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter, you got to feel pretty good as a defense.
And no, it's incomplete. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied, and the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. And tough starting field position here. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And not great starting field position here for the offense. They come out here in the I. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
The throw on 2nd down is Stafford. He's got time in the pocket. His throw incomplete.
For a good number of coaches, at any time they call an in route, are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford finding time. He's got a man. Complete. Time for a break. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. Fighting through. And he'll get this up to about the 40. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. Again to Henry. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And another timeout taken by the Colts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
He's back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They have the lead. Still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now. Just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know, they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. It's a big run there by Henry. 42 yards.